Auntie Justice breaking the news. The truth has entered the room. Court is now in session. Welcome back to another Auntie Justice Energy Check-In. As always, this is a general reading for reflection and entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let your own discernment lead the way. Tonight's headline, breaking the news, somebody's mask is slipping and the truth is finding its own pathway. The first card on the table was false person. Holy Spirit begins with someone who isn't showing their authentic face. Whether that's pretending, withholding, or simply avoiding honesty, the energy opens with something hidden beneath the surface. When I asked for clarification, Holy Spirit said they were in their feelings. So under the mask, there's emotion, not confidence, not peace, emotion. Then Holy Spirit clarified unexpected income in the reverse with love story once upon a time behind it. This feels like something that once held emotional or material value that no longer flows the way it used to. Expectations changed. The fairy tale met reality. Then Spirit wasn't finished. The next clarification was gift, immediately followed by fake friends. Not every hand reaching toward the gift is there to celebrate. Sometimes the gift isn't the people who stay. Sometimes the gift is discovering who never belonged in your circle. Then the energy shifts. And the next card we have is journey. Someone is moving, whether that's physically, emotionally, or spiritually, there's movement. But Holy Spirit says, watching shit go down, enjoying the gossip. Some people aren't participating, they're spectating. They're sitting in the audience with popcorn, narrating someone else's movie because they forgot to write their own script. Some people are oddly committed to that hobby. However, then came courthouse reversed, clarified by burning evidence. On a deeper level, this points towards things being hidden, avoided, erased, or an attempt to escape accountability. It doesn't prove that literal evidence has been destroyed. It reflects an energy of concealment and unfinished truth. Spirit then pointed to community, clarified by hater. So we have haters in the community. Not everyone in the crowd is clapping. Some people celebrate your growth. Others study it, criticize it, or quickly resent it. Next, mature man reversed, clarified by keeping you a secret, reversed. Secrets don't stay buried forever. What was hidden begins surfacing, whether through conversation, circumstances, or a simple passage of time. Truth has a habit of introducing itself. Then Spirit moved into marriage reverse, not just romance, contracts, commitments, partnerships clarified by sexual protection and trash. Whatever agreements this represents, it could be a current or a past bad marriage that ended in a divorce or a future divorce. Spirit says something has reached its expiration date. The old chapter isn't being repaired. It's being released, thrown away, trash, so that a healthier pathway can open. Speaking of pathways, Spirit clarified pathway with already know the T. That might be my favorite card in this whole spread tonight. However, Spirit is saying, stop asking yourself if you're imagining it. You're already sense what your intuition has been whispering. This isn't about discovering the truth. It's about trusting the truth you've already recognized. Finally, the outcome is concern. Concern clarified by bank failure. And on a deeper level, something that looks stable may no longer feel secure. Whatever That may be, it could be trust, it could be resources, or an old foundation. Someone is realizing they can no longer lean on what they thought or what they thought would always hold them up. But the final message from Holy Spirit didn't leave us in heaviness. The next deck, the card says communication. This changed the atmosphere. The first message: communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. Sometimes healing begins with one honest conversation. Sometimes it's a conversation with someone else. Sometimes it's the one you've been avoiding. Then, narcissists. Someone is too full of themselves. Holy Spirit isn't asking you to diagnose anyone. Holy Spirit is just asking you to recognize unhealthy patterns, inflated egos, and relationships where everything revolves around one person's needs. Recognition creates freedom. Then came my favorite surprise: vacation. Not vacation, vacation. Spirit has a sense of humor. After everything this reading walked through, there's still room for joy, still room for companionship, still room for connection. Whether that's with a romantic partner, someone who truly values you, or simply falling back in love with your own life. Spirit reminds us healing isn't meant to happen alone forever. And then the final message: intuition. The red flags you ignored now will come back to bite you later. Notice how this reading ends where your strength begins, not with fear, not with revenge, with discernment. So your intuition has been speaking all along. The question has never been whether it's talking. The question is whether you're listening. So in closing, we close with the Soul Oracle deck. The angel stepped in, not to talk about them, but to talk about you. Inner work needs to be done. Healing begins inside. Every lesson becomes wisdom when you're willing to learn from it instead of living in it forever. Next card is balance. Protect your peace, people. Protect your body, collective. Protect your mind. Justice without balance eventually becomes exhaustion. Therefore, balance allows you to keep showing up with clarity instead of carrying everyone else's chaos. And the path to light. One decision, one prayer, one boundary, one act of courage, one step at a time. That's how darkness loses. Not in one dramatic moment, but in 1,000 quiet choices to keep moving toward the light. Some people spend their lives chasing proof. Wise people learn to trust the whisper that warned them before the evidence ever arrived. Keep your heart open. Keep your boundaries healthy. Do the inner work. Stay balanced. Walk your path. Walk your path to the light, and never apologize for trusting your intuition. This session of Auntie Justice Breaking News is now adjourned. Class dismissed.